NBA TV presents NB90. It's the NBA.
Like he bought airspace. It went with the flow of Jordan.
Back in the day.
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
In the decade when the shorts got longer, the players soared higher.
Elevates and throws it down.
And the game went global. We've got all the players.
The things he was doing, like, man, we never seen this before.
And the looks.
My Detroit players.
The 90s were bad for clothes, we know this.
And rivalries that were off the hook.
37 points in like 15 seconds.
So chill on out. We're keeping it really real.
My general idea was to dunk on everybody.
Right here on NB90s. In 1995, the league expanded to Toronto and Vancouver.
In Canada, the NBA was off the charts because the kids loved the uniforms. The mascots were off the chain.
Vancouver may be one of the most beautiful cities for sightseers, but watching the play of the brand new Grizzlies was often unbearable.
I love Vancouver. I love the people. And we were just really bad.
It's just been an awful, awful night.
That's terrible. The losing may have frustrated the players, but the fans were too polite to complain. Or maybe just too tired.
I think they lost all their energy yelling for the hockey teams. And you kind of could feel it as you're playing in Vancouver. They're like they're witnessing an experiment or something.
Yeah, the experiment only lasted 6 years as the Grizzlies eventually migrated south.
You know that old saying when you think about the good old days? That's exactly how I remember my life. So I don't remember a lot about the Vancouver Grizzlies because those weren't the good old days.
But up in Toronto, there was a different feeling in the crisp Canadian air. And it all started with the Raptors' first ever draft choice who had an inside track to inside stuff.
He's the #1 pick of Toronto. Great shooter. Great player, exciting player.
Stoudemire pulls up with the jump shot, buries it.
And thus the beginning of my main man Stoudemire. It's almost to the point where his name was Main Man Stoudemire rather than, what was his name? Oh man, do that again. I didn't even know his name because it's Main Man Stoudemire.
I knew there was something I liked about that Damon Stoudemire. He's my favorite player in the NBA and will be on the show every single week. My man, Damon Stoudemire, makes a tasty dish.
His name was Damon Stoudemire, but to me it was Main Man Stoudemire because that's all I ever called him. Damon! Yeah, Main Man. That's what it was.
But determining who was a main man was hardly an exact science.
We always wanted to watch. We wanted to see who his main man was this week.
Who is your main man?
Well, see, there's a difference. See, there's a main man and there's a main man.
That was the fun part because everybody was Ahmad's main man.
That's because you're my main man. See? Main man. Now, this tells you something about my man Shaq, not to be confused with my man Tyrone Muggsy Bowles, him and my main man, Terrell Brandon.
Oh, man. I had some main men, boy.
Phil and I have complete confidence that this is going to work out extremely well with Dennis Rodman.
By the middle of the decade, the Chicago Bulls had gone through a 2-year title drought, but things started to change when they hooked the worm.
One of the biggest coups in basketball during that time was Dennis Rodman being brought to Chicago.
Good old number 91. I loved Dennis as a teammate.
Cisco from Drew Hill.
He obviously loves attention, but the man knew how to play.
There's Dennis again. He is something to watch. He doesn't even have to score a basket to turn a game around.
He's not the type of guy that you want to play against, but he's often the type of guy that you want to play with.
That's what Dennis does. He does it better than anybody in the league.
There's the worm doing his usual.
Will battle you tooth and nail and get you upset while he's doing it.
Say things to you, blow in your ear, look at you, maybe a little bit childish and funny at times.
These guys frustrated, you know, get them off their game.
Whatever he wanted to do, he could do, as long as he kept getting those 18 rebounds a night.
Don't forget to hit us up on Twitter, #MB90. Get with the program.
Hi, I'm Eric Spoelstra, head coach of the Miami Heat and a Filipino-American. Devastation caused by the recent typhoon in the Philippines has been catastrophic, and millions of children have been impacted. The NBA family is teaming up with UNICEF to bring life-saving, clean water, food, medicine, and shelter that are urgently needed. Join our team. Support UNICEF. Thank you. And maraming salamat po.
Okay, quick review. Are we on NBA TV?
Check.
NBA.com?
Check.
Game Time app?
Check.
iTunes?
Yes.
Twitter? Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
And Vine?
Check.
Yes, everywhere.
Got them all. Oh,
what?
We forgot one. Cornster.
What is Cornster?
It's the #1 site for hipster farmers on the go.
#smart. Keep it.
Will get it back. Going to the rack.
Hammers it!
Slips it to Timmy for the stop. Parker sweeping shot. Oh, mama.
Coming down to the wire here in game one. Miller picks up Parker on the screen. Now Bosch has him. Parker on the drive, nearly lost it, still dribbling. Parker with 2 to shoot.
Shot clock at 1. Parker not going to get a shot off.
Just gets it off in time. And he banks it in. What a shot from Parker. And that's it. San Antonio comes into Miami and wins game one.
No matter where you go, NBAStore.com's got you covered. NBAStore.com. One store, every team.
Welcome back to MB90. At the 96 Slam Dunk Contest, Brent Barry brought game and a cool name.
Dr. J, Air Jordan, what Barry? What's your nickname now?
They call me Bones on the team, so I just stick with that.
Bones.
Bones Barry.
First of all, Barry had a great hair day on that particular night. Like, it was made for the dunk contest. Like, when he ran, it was just kind of moving with him.
Now, that had a little flavor to it.
Was so confident, didn't even take off his warm-up jacket.
He told me he forgot to take off his jacket.
Yo, you're doing it in front of legends. Take your jacket off, man.
He's going to bring out the free throw line. In the first round, he's bringing it out. But you know what? You have to love it because it's still a tremendous leap.
I like this. That was cool.
I give him respect because he said, you know what, I'm going to do my best, most difficult dunk early. I'm just going to do it right away so you guys see what I'm doing.
You can see the players in the background, which is always one of the most fun parts of the dunk contest, seeing their reaction.
I don't know how he got that because his brother couldn't jump and Rick Barry shot underhand free throws. So how is this happening? Like, what backyard are you hanging out in?
In Chicago, Bulls fans were treated to some tasty dishes from Tony Kukoc.
He was a fantastic player. Called him the waiter because he served everybody.
He was one of those guys, when you look at him, he looked very unassuming. And then when you get on the court, he had all these skills. He could shoot the three, he could put it on the court, he could pass.
He was what we call the Euro magic. No-look passes, dribble, shoot, drive. Just kill it.
1 second, that's got a chance. Tony with a big three. The Croatian sensation.
One of the most talented, not just international players, one of the most talented guys that we've seen at that size.
People are always going to talk about Scotty. Of course, they're going to talk about MJ, but Tony Kukoc made a lot of things happen for that team.
Good shot. Give the ball right now to Tony. Tony would team with 3 future Hall of Famers to rewrite the record book.
The Bulls finished the regular season 72 wins.
They were motivated every single game. Every single game.
What time is it?
Game time! And the league was not weak either, so it wasn't like they were beating weak teams.
I remember one time we were actually up. I'm like, man, we might be one of those teams that's gonna beat the Bulls today. Man, was I wrong.
You know, it's the funniest thing. You never be in awe while you playing them, but when you sit back and you watch, you're like, wow, did they just do that?
And the Bulls have been superb.
Just by being part of that team, I was able to be a part of NBA history. I was pretty lucky.
Question is now, who can beat this Chicago Bulls team?
Do your thing. Do your thing. Well, out west, the Seattle Sonics were making noise, led by Gary Payton.
They call him the glove so quick.
The glove! The glove.
Tatum.
He would talk so much smack that you could never take it personal. It just started being funny.
Don't talk to him like that, Peter Knuckles.
I never could understand it, but he had some good lines, you know.
If your head lumpy, I tell you your head lumpy. You ain't that one out here, boy.
He liked intimidating you. He liked defeating your mental toughness.
No point guard played defense like Gary Payton that I could think of.
He would tell you, I'm going to beat you down and I'm going to score 20 points on you and have 10 assists. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. And he would go out and get 20 and 10.
Too far ahead, he saved it. Oh, you gotta love that action.
Peyton running his mouth, throwing lobs. I mean, sometimes he wouldn't even look, just put it up there and he's going to catch it. The rain man coming.
Sean Kemp, the Rain Man. Wow.
Sean Kemp, Rain Boy. He was just a teen, yet he was in the NBA.
He's just a child.
He's a man.
This was a grown man when we were teenagers.
He's a man-child.
He had a full goatee. He was like 17, 18 years old.
And he came, and he grew, and he fed on the rain. Oh, sweet rain.
I like this place.
Between the leg dribble into the lane, and this in a bone-crushing two-handed jam.
Yeah, the freak of nature. Like I said, I can throw alley-oops to him anywhere. If you see our highlights, I would throw it from anywhere. I would throw it with my left hand, I would throw it with my feet, I would throw it with my head. He would go get it.
The other way into the lane, up top, Kemp is there! Oh, he cocked it!
I'll just throw it and then I'll start running backwards because I knew he was going to put on a show.
Swats it away, Kemp powers in with a jam. Man, I'm telling you, he crushed that one.
Sean Kemp was sick. Yo, the Sean Kemp, Alton Lister dunk. What are you? Just get out of the way.
Slide now, Kemp going to the hoop. Wow! Now that is attacking the basket.
And then hit him with the, hey!
Kemp literally pointed at my, you should have moved out of the way.
My general idea was to dunk on everybody.
You'd be like, did I actually jump with this guy? Did I do that? Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, they made it hot up there.
After winning the West, things were really heating up in Seattle. And the Bulls were getting ready for the Sonic Air Show.
Check it out.
From the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, welcome to the 1996 NBA Finals.
Okay, go to the next guy. Get out.
That was a hell of a team. And George Karl, hell of a coach.
If Michael gets to the post up, go double him. Every time he touches it, you're going after him.
Jordan. Deflected beautifully by Askew. Payton's loose. Payton leading the way. And that little look like, Michael, you're the king, but I'm coming after you tonight.
There were so many highlight film scenarios in that series.
Off the dribble. Michael crosses over. Michael falls, fires. Oh! Win or lose, we're taking something in that locker room and believe in each other in this huddle. You gotta believe that, guys. You fought too hard. Every one of you. Grab each other and trust each other.
It was just they had a great team, but the wrong time.
We all had that play against the Bulls, couldn't get over the hump.
2-year absence, the Chicago Bulls have regained the NBA throne.
Probably the better series if we could have went to Game 7, but they were a great team and they deserved to win.
I actually feel like we just took a 2-year hiatus and now we're back again.
How's it feel to hold it again, Mike?
I think it's heavier than all the other ones.
Yeah, the Bulls are back on top, and NB90s is back after this break.
I'm Jay Skeets.
And I'm Tass Mellis.
Join us every day on The Starters where we do one thing and one thing only.
Talk ball.
Mostly ball.
Mostly.
Yeah. It's like 90%.
That's all it takes to remind us that we may live worlds apart, but we all feel the same love.
Well, inspiring others and offering service to others is really important. I can use my status as a professional athlete to impact my community, and that starts by just helping out any way I can. You always want to have a selfless attitude, especially when somebody's in need of help or when they ask you for advice. And any way that I can help anybody in any way, I'm willing to do.
How does the NBA play green? With the help of the Natural Resources Defense Council. Together we're sweating every part of the NBA experience to keep the environmental footprint small and the excitement big. From solar on the roof, to more recycling stations, to less wasteful packaging, to low-flow water restrooms. It all adds up. Join the Green Team at nba.com/green and nrdc.org/sports.
George. Hibbert will get it back and go into the rack.
Hammers it!
2-on-1 alley-oop. Durant for $3. Shea, by Oklahoma City, Westbrook
Hi, I'm Michael Rappaport, and one thing I remember about the 90s, crazy draft day suits. Oh my God. Samaki Walker.
Did you lose a bet?
The Superfly hat on, too big. Is that cowboy hat? Just tripping. All white everything.
Why go like white suit, cowboy hat? Like it just didn't fit. Like go full cowboy.
Kobe Bean Bryant came in, he was like, yo, I'm gonna hook it up. I'm like a businessman, but I'm also like, I'm in the mob, so I'm gonna have like, the weird collar. I don't even know what that's called. Like when the collars like come together. You're 15, man. Bonzi Wells.
Bonzi wore a suit wedding dress to the draft. Like we need like someone to hold the train.
Jalen Rose, listen.
I like the color red, and I also like candy canes. You're getting drafted, you might as well stand out and look like something that you put on the Christmas tree.
I don't know who told you that red was dope and then a red pinstripe was dope. Nothing was dope about it.
Jalen, don't hit me. We're boys. Come on, the 90s were bad for clothes. We know this.
Yeah, some of them draft suits were tough to look at, but the 96 class was dressed for success.
Boy, it's a good-looking group. David Stern.
That was the draft of all time. Franchise player after franchise player.
Marcus Camby, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Stephon Marbury, Ray Allen.
I mean, you got Kobe Bryant, 14.
Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School.
Steve Nash, 2-time MVP. He wasn't even a lottery pick.
96. If you don't know, do your research.
Yeah, but there was no question who was number one. The answer.
Allen Iverson was
ridiculous.
Coleman almost ran him over trying to do something.
AI. AI is just so fly because it's A1, it's the sauce. It just feels good when it's poured over the right thing, and money was just the right thing.
Iverson has Marbury, crosses over, strong.
He, to me, was a great artist because you got a sense of who he was as a person because of how hard he played.
Left 20 gallons of sweat on the court every game. That's AI.
Iverson made you proud to be part of the NBA. That guy was so good, so tough.
Iverson easily by Price for two. Allen Iverson talking to Charles Barkley.
Couldn't nobody stop him. He could score anytime he wanted to, 40s, 50s, whatever he wanted to do.
Allen Iverson, 4 straight with 40 or more. Allen Iverson with 50 for the night.
He was the anchor to a lot of kids' dreams and hopes.
He just meant so much to so many people, and he just was so unique.
Trying to guard this guy is like trying to hold water in the palm of your hand. Let's see what Anthony does. Forget about it. Iverson for two.
And when you talk pop culture, he was right at the top. He was one of the most popular players in the NBA all over the world.
I don't know if he was the first dude with cornrows. Allen would keep his tight because, you know, you got to have your cornrows hooked up.
Iverson crosses over against Brown, gets two.
That's what I love about him. He brought swagger.
The guy told me when I get to the league and I play against Mike, I'm going to hit him with the crossover. And I was like, son, you're not crossing up Michael Jordan. Have you lost your mind? Ooh! Ooh!
Allen shakes great, gets two.
That was like, word.
He didn't shake Michael Jordan once. He shook him twice.
Yeah, Mike in the blender.
And made the shot, both, whole lot.
Jordan got shook, and then he went out and dropped 60 on someone's face.
That's right. MJ would have the last laugh. We'll show you how on the other side.
Hi, I'm Eric Spoelstra, head coach of the Miami Heat and a Filipino American. Devastation caused by the recent typhoon in the Philippines has been catastrophic, and millions of children have been impacted. The NBA family is teaming up with UNICEF to bring life-saving, clean water, food, medicine, and shelter that are urgently needed. Join our team. Support UNICEF. Thank you. And maraming salamat po.
San Antonio relying on their experience from their championship years, from their great coaching in Popovich. And we're watching experience in the making right here by Golden State.
Leonard will get it in. Goes cross-court to Ginobili. Left wing three from Manu. It's the Manu trace! Manu Ginobili was 4 for 19 before he hit that shot.
18-2 run to force overtime. An incredible comeback for the Spurs, who take a 1-0 lead.
Detroit will calm you down. They'll work their plays. Steal. He kept it in bounds. Here it is again. This is one for the book, UB. He's done a lot of great shots, but I've never seen this before from him.
I'm Jay Skeets.
And I'm Taz Mellis.
Join us every day on The Starters, where we do one thing and one thing only.
Talk ball.
Mostly ball.
Mostly.
Yeah. It's like 90%.
No matter where you go, NBAStore.com's got you covered. NBAStore.com. One store, every team.
We're back with more MB90s. As the NBA celebrated its 50th anniversary season, the league revealed its 50 greatest players of all time, upping the wattage at All-Star Weekend in 1997.
I tried to get as many as him. I couldn't get there. And then I was fighting this man.
It was a noble effort, though.
Yeah, noble effort.
It was cool to see all those guys from the different eras.
George Gervin, Irvin Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain.
It was kind of cool to sort of sit there and watch history come alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us salute together the greatest NBA players of all time.
Meanwhile, Robert Parrish gave new meaning to NBA at 50. All right, he was only 43 when he joined the Bulls.
I'm definitely not going to get any better from an athletic standpoint, so it just boils down to, do I still want to play?
It was sort of an insurance policy just in case, but he brought, he brought a lot of,
the Chief. Probably played a little bit too long.
Just a mystery. One of those guys you're like, yo, how's he doing it?
Yeah.
This old man, he play one, he play knick-knack on my thumb.
I remember watching him when I was in high school, in junior high school. And
In terms of longevity in the NBA, hail to the Chief.
Here I come, world. Here I come.
From a timeless wonder to a boy wonder, Kevin Garnett made his grand entrance on the All-Star stage.
It's the youngest man since Magic Johnson to make an All-Star team, Kevin Garnett.
Whoever knows Scary Payton, whether you guys were there or not, he was going to have that moment when he was going to sing. He's going on 20 and 21.
He's 20 and he's going on 21. He's in the NBA. We're going to call him Sir Plastic Man. Slink, slink.
Looking inside, Robinson. Oh, Garnett! Where did he come from?
He's the kind of guy who curses himself out.
Don't be so mean, KG!
It's almost like he's going to beat himself up just to motivate himself to defeat you.
The 97 playoffs were packed with crazy buzzer beaters.
Chapman for the tie. Oh!
He rocks it!
Johnson at the buzzer.
But none was bigger than a jazz classic that left the Rockets feeling kind of blue.
Stockton, open three. Hit it! John Stockton sends the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals.
John Stockton would never choke under pressure, always make shots, always make plays. Karl Malone, I felt like he fed off of some of that.
See, if you really think 1-2 punch, point guard, big man, Stockton and Malone, what jumps to mind right away.
Stockton to Malone.
How many times was that said? Stockton to Malone.
One of the classic nicknames.
The mailman delivers.
Mailman, Karl Malone, he's a bad man. He's a bad man.
Malone took home the hardware as league MVP. But Michael Jordan took the shot that sealed Game 1 of the finals.
Michael hangs, fires, scores!
I've had so many I can't even remember them all.
Then in Game 5, MJ delivered a sick performance.
Michael Jordan, he is suffering from flu-like symptoms.
There is no flu in basketball.
And Michael is dead on his feet.
Exhausted.
See, he looks like he's getting ready to fall over on Pippen.
Jordan is absolutely exhausted and worn out.
But then get out of the huddle, like, buzzer goes off, he's like, boop, he's like a robot. He's turned back on, he's hitting you at the crossover, fade away. Karl Malone, none of them can stop him.
Classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
One shot for their 5th title, and everyone knew the Bulls were going to Steve Kerr?
He said to Jordan, you pass me that ball, I'm going to be ready.
He comes off, I'll be ready.
I mean, I was wide open for jump shots because of those two guys.
Michael in traffic to Kerr, 15-footer.
Sure enough, buff. Another title.
Mike always had a good shooter with him.
I was able to fill a role because of their talent and fit in on one of the best teams in league history.
That's right, we're history too. That's it for Volume 4. This is Fab Five Freddy saying, see you on the rebound on NB90s.